A little bit too active, too pestering. Dang it, Blenny. Go from, there it is. All right, they're right in already. I think Uncle Joseph did the right thing, leave the kids at home. Man, look at that guy.
It's happy to me.
Look at the size of these bladder, man. The trick of the filefish is actually finding him. Colorado Sunburst Anemone, look at the intense color. I've had these clowns for almost 7 or 8 years already. Hey, what's up, Reefers? I do not tend to show this tank under full actinic blue like it is right now too often. Simply because when I get time to work on the tank, usually the tank light is on. It's not like super early or super late where I get to enjoy the reef tank. Today the family is asleep a little bit earlier, so I was like, okay, nice. I came down in perfect timing, and I got a little story time for you. About 2 months ago, for some reason, I think I shut off all the pump to this tank, and the pump was off for an extended period of time. And that's when all the bristleworms, all the weird things comes out, right? And then out of the corner of my eye, I spotted this huge, did I mention huge bristleworm extending from the Zoa rock right here. It just kind of went all the way down here, and the size is probably the thickness of that Ganipora branch right there. It's like the size of a pencil, diameter of a pencil. It was the biggest thing I've ever seen. I try not to spook it, but I was really cautious. As soon as I approached the tank, it just whoosh, slithered right back in. From what I saw, I think it is a bristleworm. I don't think it's something crazy like a bobbitt worm or something like that, because I think those get even bigger. But that thing was huge. So as soon as I saw that guy, I went back upstairs, I went on Thingiverse, I downloaded a 3D bristleworm trap, and I looked at it, I was like, this is not big enough. I scaled it up 200%, and then I still have that trap sitting somewhere in my closet. I have not actually tried to use it yet. And I have not seen that ginormous bristleworm, which I think it is, since. And that got me thinking. I'm like, dude, what is it eating in this tank? I mean, I feed the tank, but they're all really small food. And I think the fish and corals tend to polish them off. I don't ever see things kind of settle to the bottom. So what is it that it's eating? The reason I'm picking up the camera and shoot this right now is because today's mission, or this video's mission, I know it is not going to be a day's job, is to kind of swap fish from this tank to the 17-gallon mangrove tank, which I have not shown on this channel in a while. And I'm going to swap the 2 clownfish with the 2 Bangaii cardinals in the mangrove. Since we're down here, let's talk about clownfish first, why I want to swap them. They are not going into that anemone, the Colorado Sunburst anemone. That by himself, totally fine. I understand that it takes time. This pair of clowns took a year before they went into the rosebud tube anemone that I rehomed. But the bigger issue is that, look, they took a residence in all the euphyllias. Well, technically not euphyllias anymore. They have been reclassified. Bangaii, I think. And they pestered them to death. Just look at these missing heads right there. I think it's just from too much luffing, too much rough love. So what I'm gonna do is to bring them up over to the 17-gallon mangrove tank, where they have like the calmness in that tank. Well, technically not calm, because that tank has its own issue as well. But the fact that I'm comfortable putting a pair of clown to a 17-gallon tank is because they really don't tend to stray too far from where they established a home. For example, the euphyllias, they tend to stay around this corner. I feed my tank from here, so they at most swim to this spot. They hardly ever go over here unless it's feeding time over here. And for those time, they pretty much swim over here, eat, and they go right back there. So smaller tank should be okay for them. And if they're really not enjoying life, they can always move back. Not a big problem at all. So let's go upstairs, take a look at the mangrove tank. I'll explain why I think the Bangaii cardinals may have a better life in this tank. All right, and here is how the 17-gallon mangrove tank look right now. And here's the pair of Bangaii cardinalfish. They have been living happily here. They turn out to be really friendly. Whenever I approach a tank now, they just kind of come to this corner, because this corner is usually where I feed the tank. But really interestingly, they're really afraid of the camera. Whenever I see a camera, they kind of dodge away a little bit. They're doing the opposite of everything I'm saying today. So they're making me turn out to be a liar. And there's also this character right here. This is the, let me try to remember his name. Oyster Blenny, Atlantic Oyster Blenny. Sorry, my mind blanked for a little bit. And I originally picked that guy up, which dodged, oh, there he is, back again. I originally picked him up as a crap, what was that name? My god, my mind is going blank. I cannot remember. I'll have the name down here, but originally I picked him up as a different type of Blenny that supposedly go after Aiptasias for the 145 gallon tank. And then really quickly I found out that in fact it was a different type of Blenny. And there's actually a risk of it nipping at corals. And I actually saw a nip at corals. So I caught it in a fish trap and just put it here, and he has been living here ever since. The issue is that the pair of Bangaii cardinals, they try to breed 2 or 3 times. I actually saw eggs being transferred, and I think it's a Blenny that may be a little bit too active, too pestering, and they never finish. The male always kind of spit it out after 2 or 3 days of carrying. So I think this environment is probably not the best for them in terms of carrying on the reproductive process. That's a weird way of saying it, but I said it. So what I'm gonna do, number one, I'm gonna try to swap fish, move the Bangaii cardinal to the 145, and move the pair of clowns to this tank, because in this tank, there's no LPS that will get really stressed out by clownfish kind of rubbing up against them, so it'll be perfect. And the Bangaii will have much more room to roam around. And number two, for a stretch goal, if I can somehow catch this little guy, I'll just kind of rehome him to somebody else's tank who does not mind to have a potential coral nipping Blenny. That's a little pestering, but then he is indeed a character. So that's kind of the situation, and the way I'm going about it is this guy. I cannot believe I'm actually using this guy again. This is a good old fish trap that I got from Amazon quite many years ago. It served me really well. I caught a lot of fish with this if you look through the channel. This is day one. We're gonna start feeding fish in the trap. Yeah. Okay, from here. Yeah. Oh, you bless you. So I'll just put the food in there.
Oh, one fell off.
Yeah, it's okay, it's okay.
No.
See, oh, Blenny. Blenny's already touching the trap. It's not really afraid. Look at that. It's trying to go into. I think just look from here. Look from here. You can't see. The Blenny's trying to get the food inside the trap already. So that's great because we really want to just trap the Blenny, right? Look, even Calvin's watching. Like, what's going on? Step back a little bit. Step back further.
Look, Blenny's food is here.
I know. They just need to figure out how to look at. Oh, Bangaii! I think we can catch them.
Yeah.
I totally think we can catch them. Yeah. Look, they're all trying to get in, man. Look at that.
Yeah.
Like, how do we get in there?
I don't know.
Look, you want to tell them? Oh, one went. Let's see. He went in, so we could catch that one easily. Look at that. See, one is already in. Blenny's just gotta go in from the right direction, and we should be good.
No, he's eating that Blenny food.
Yeah.
You're going this side.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, why he's run away?
Because he got scared. Yeah, we gotta back up a little bit. Here, let's move back a little bit. Give him some time. Give him some time. Come on, what are you doing?
No.
Turn it off.
The next day.
There's gotta be a better way to put them in. Here we go. We'll watch from here. Let's see if they come in. I think I don't normally stick my hand all the way inside the tank, so it kind of freaked them out a little bit. Oh, there he goes. Dang it, Blenny. Go from there it is. Alright. Let's he went in. He went in. He went in. Ready? One. Yeah. Enjoy your meal. Enjoy your meal. Enjoy your meal. Because the trap's not closed. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Oh, sorry. But yes, that's the main one I want to catch right away first. Because I feel like that the Bangaii, these guys would be easy. This is the one I really want to catch. Sorry, the white balance, I think did not adjust it right, so the color kept changing. Yeah, enjoy your food, man. Alright, so now I got to really quickly set up the container tank. I'll acclimate this guy to the 135, drop it in the critter box. It's still eating. It's like, oh well, I'm in here already, may as well enjoy it. So enjoy your flakes. Clean some water out. Come on, man.
Uh-oh.
Oh! Shit. Okay. Oh, okay. He's coming around. Swimming in there. Go to the water.
Go
to the water, my friend. Nice, there it is. All right, let's really quickly, just so that we're organized, set this back up.
Oh, the carpet.
Do that, man. Man.
You need my help?
Oh. Hey, hold on. It doesn't
You need
fit
my
me.
help?
Not yet. Not yet. Let me see. Where would I clip it? On here?
Yeah, 1 point to wife.
Like this? Genius idea, Moki. Genius idea, Moki. I use my hand so we don't get all the flake in. And then let me appreciate a little hiding spot. Shit. Okay. Little rock. A little bit of macroalgae. And make sure the lid is tightly locked. Just lean it over. Make sure the little guy is in there. Alive and well. Right there. Same day, afternoon. Let's try it again. This time I'm using a tweezer so we can stick the flake a little bit deeper. Looks like the Bangaii Cardinal. Oh my goodness, they're right in already. But just one. I want to see if we can catch both at the same time. The belly looks kind of swollen. I wonder if this guy's pregger. So this one is the one with a swollen belly. Perhaps the female. There's supposed to be a way to tell based on the anal fin. Right in front of it and between the pectoral fin, there's like a little, like either one triangle and two triangle thing. I forgot which is which, but supposedly that's one way to tell whether it is male or female as well. And potentially the banner fin size right there. Supposedly the male has a longer one or something, but again, I'm not sure if that's proven or not. Man, look at that, the belly is swollen. I wonder if it's too much food or if it's really got some aches going in there.
The next day.
Here we go, here we go. Oh yeah, we got one. Got one, buddy. Got one. Got one. Got one. Got you. Got you. I'll bring you Duca home, don't worry. I know I'm excited. I'll bring you Duca home. Good home, as in big, big tank. All right. Calm down, Moki, calm down. This guy's looking so dejected. Let's go ahead and get him into the water. Let's see here. I'm not going to use the acclimation box simply because this Bangaii Cardinal, the fish shape, is so different from all the other fish here that I don't think anybody's going to really bother him or her. Look, you just swam right into the acros. Good choice, buddy. Okay, we are at the first fish store.
And first, we don't have this. No, it's a little shark.
Little shark. Okay, we'll see little shark. We have Rick's Fish Pets and Supplies. I'm kind of far away. There you go. Oh, thank you for moving out of the way. So supposedly Julian Sprung was here, I think 2 weeks ago, but we were at Virginia Beach, so we missed him. However, this is a kind of like a classic around the area. Rick's. Usually when we visit Rick's, we also go to Fantastic, which we'll visit next. But today we're gonna try to pick up some cleanup crew. Amber crabs. We are here at Rick's. One thing that caught my eye is look at this. Look at that engineer goby. Jim has a large one like this too. They start off really small. Yeah, that's a big one. It's
That's a
beautiful.
happy eel.
That is a happy eel. Well, almost a eel. It's a goby actually. This guy.
Happy
Yeah.
呢啲係我哋食嗰啲嚟嘅，屌。
辣條蝦.
係。
So yeah, we eat this in Hong Kong, right, Joseph?
Yeah, man.
They get big, right?
Good.
And they have the peacock one here. Not the most colorful, but still beautiful. Awesome. Look at all these shrimp. Yeah, which one do you like? You see all these shrimps?
Yeah, the red shrimp.
The red shrimp? You like the fire shrimp?
Yeah.
$60.
Yeah.
You want the red one?
How about the green one right here? You see the little crab right there? You baby crab? Green crab? How about that one?
Yeah.
You like the emerald crab? There's also peppermint shrimp. These little red shrimp.
Yeah, these are things I do.
How about that one? How about this one? Cleaner shrimp?
Look, this is little shrimp here.
Yeah, peppermint shrimp. $9 better than the $60 ones.
They're just crawling here.
Good choice. I like it. Well, well, well. Look who's back. So check this out. We went into the store for maybe like 5 minutes and then we got an emergency call from this person right here. Why? Someone has
My
a
husband drugged me.
someone has a
He's drugged me.
little stomach issue,
He drugged
and
me.
it's an emergency. So we call a quick exit, and all three of us, Leon, Joseph, and I, came back to the car and wait for her to finish her business. How was the bathroom there? That new store supposedly.
that's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Good advice. I used up Nina's wipes though.
Look at Nina, her look of disapproval. What do you think about that, Nina? She used up all your wipes. Indifference.
More wipes?
All right, now we at Fantastic with Uncle Joseph. Yeah. Thank you, Uncle Joseph. Yeah. There we go. Hey, how you doing? Right at the entrance, we got all the different salt brand. I guess they're covering the bases. Even the Pro Reef salts. Awesome. Looks like they're redoing their display tank as well. One thing I noticed I really like are these little damsels right here. I think it's called staghorn damsels. But I think like when they start growing up, they look a little bit like a mix of Sergeant Major. If they can retain this coloration, that'd be fantastic. The other critter that I really like is this guy right here. It's a bumblebee shrimp. But I think it's just gonna disappear in my tanks. Oh, harlequin shrimp. I'm gonna see how much this is. All right, buddy.
Hi.
Gotcha.
What's these?
All right, Leon, do you know what these are?
I don't know.
These are called sea cucumber.
Cucumber.
Sea cucumber.
Cucumber.
They're yummy.
Yeah.
Been here in a while.
Yeah.
I think Uncle Joseph did the right thing. Leave the kids at home.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
leave Leon at home.
No.
Hey, Leon, behind you.
No.
Inside.
Inside? What's inside?
No. Daddy, Daddy.
Okay.
Someone is gonna
Okay.
catch you.
Dude, that's a big shrimp.
Yeah.
Man, look at that guy.
It's happy to me.
Yeah, that's Leon's pet now. I guess we're gonna keep him in the 17-gallon. Yeah, I think that'll be a good home for it actually. And then we got 4 small emerald crab female.
Hey, look, that's my pet shrimp.
Hey, what's his name?
Her name is Red Shrimp.
Red shrimp.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, that's actually pretty, really beautiful. You got a nice pet, man.
Yeah.
So we got that guy, and then we got a
A crab.
couple crabs. I think 4 crabs.
Yeah,
Hopefully
4
all
crabs.
female. Okay, what are we doing now?
I don't know.
You don't. Okay, all right. I'm gonna do it. All right. Let me do it. We're gonna let the shrimp out, and we're gonna let the crab out. I released all the crab onto the ladder, and I think
Crabs.
they where they go? Oh, there they are. There they are.
I see them.
There you go. It landed right on the trochus. That's no good. Look at them go. Wow, there's 1. There's 2.
Yeah.
There's this little guy right here. They're like, where am I? He landed on the ladder, dude. Look at that. That's a tiny little guy.
Now I'm to open it up.
All right, now we let the shrimp out.
Daddy, say something.
Oh, there it is. You see it? There he goes.
What's he doing?
There he goes. He's adjusting. He's scared. He's like, what's going on?
What's he scared of?
You?
No, he's not scared of
I'm
me.
scared of you. Day 4, afternoon. Morning was a bust. This guy got cautious. It's now day 5 and things is getting a little ridiculous. Day 6. I swear it's the camera that's cluing the fish in. So let me put the camera way back here. There we go. Let's go, bro. Fish is interested. Fish is picking at it from the outside. Look, fellas, even the turbo snail went into the trap, and the fish is still kind of tucked in corner. I think we really just spooked him out these past couple days, and it's gonna be a long haul, so forget it. We're gonna scorch earth. Mom, we're gonna scorch earth, okay? Scorch earth. Scorch earth. She's rolling her eyes. Mom. Scorch earth. Scorch earth. Scorch earth. Okay, we're gonna rip this tank apart.
Moments later.
媽咪嚟啊，讚美我啦 ！Come on，讚美 ！Tell me I'm the best. Come on. Tell me. Tell me I'm the best. Why am I the best, you ask? I know ask. Why am I the best? Why am I the best? Because look at this motherfucker! Look at this! Look at this! Got you. Got you. What? Gross. Look at this. Yes, I pretty much tore off the whole tank, but I got this guy. And this is something that I absolutely cannot do in a bigger tank, so I'm really thankful that I'm using a 17 gallon for this. Look at the size of these letter, man, right? You're impressed too, right? Yes, I know you are. So I'm actually looking at the prop roots because since the last time I saw the mangrove, it grew a lot more extensively in terms of the root system. I wonder if it's probably the time to start showing these off, so I'm not using rock work in front to block off the prop roots. All right, so after a really quick acclimation, honestly the basic parameter of these two tanks are pretty similar. There's the mates that kind of just left. It's really funny because like as soon as I trapped this one, the other one just bolted, man. There's no love. I wonder if they remember each other. I hope they do. And releasing them close to each other helps. Well, apparently not. The other guy just kind of swim off. We're gonna do a night attack. We got Leon with me.
Yeah.
We got my new headlamp that has a red light, so hopefully we can actually catch a fish without having to turn the light on. All right, you ready to do this? Careful, okay? Watch where you're going.
Too dark.
I know. All right, follow me. Come on. I can barely see. The red light's so weak. The clownfish, let me see. The clownfish should be in the back. I think there's, is that just one of them? Yeah, I see both of them. Both of them are at a hammer.
Daddy, you got it!
Nope, did not get it. That did not work. So they can see red lights. I think it's dim enough that it actually wakes them up. So I think what I need to do, maybe I'll just try full bright white light to kind of stun them, so they kind of disoriented. So I'll try that.
2 days later.
Day 9, we are going for a freaking night attack of a net. This time, forget a red light. I'm gonna full blast and just kind of see if we can daze them and confuse them. Let's go. All right, we got it. 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 We got one. Here's the female. That's a big one. Ooh, okay. All right, in the cup. Let me see if we can get the male on the same day. That'd be fantastic. He is so confused. He is so confused. Got number 2. Number 2, the male is right here. Night attack totally work. Not the red light. Just turn on the brightest white you have and just blind them. Let me see if we can catch a filefish. If we can catch a filefish and put it down in the bottom, that would be perfect. The trick of the filefish is actually finding him. Alright, so we got the pair of clowns here getting ready to go into the 17-gallon tank. I've had these clowns for almost 7 or 8 years already. They came from the 45-gallon cube tank, and they're the kind of like the main residents there. They are my rock. So my biggest fear is jumping. I'm really afraid that they're gonna jump, but up to this point, these clowns have never kind of splashed at the water surface. They usually just kind of stay put or go into the rock or corals. So hopefully things are good here as well.
Rock or coral?
Rock or corals. Rock, these are rocks, right? And corals are like the xenia and stuff like that. So that's corals, rock and corals, they hide there. So feel good about them. I'm hoping that in this tank, they are the only residents. So they'll have time for a little boom chicka bow wow. And we'll have some baby fish that we can try hands at
Baby fish,
frying.
Daddy, look, these are baby
These are not baby. These are teenage. Well, they're not even teenagers. They're adults. You gotta show some respect. You can call them Mr. Clownfish and Mrs. Clownfish. Can you say that?
Mr. Clownfish, hello.
Hey, and Mrs. Clownfish. Mrs. Clownfish, hello.
Mr. Clownfish, hello.
Yeah. All right. Ready to allow him in?
Yeah.
All right. Let's do it.
I will see him.
You will see him with your red shrimp.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go ahead and do this. Historical moments.
Why Nemo not coming? Oh, the rock
There you
is
go.
getting... Oh, hello!
There you go. Hello.
Mr. Fishy.
Yep. And there they are.
Wow, see him?
And they are in.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
Dad is looking at me.
Oh, it's definitely no 135. They downgraded from a mansion to a condo unit, but I think condo unit is just oh, it's going to Xenia already. That's cool. Yeah, so I'm hoping to move the Colorado Sunburst anemone in here as well.
Can move all these rocks?
Well, I mean, they like the rocks and the coral in there. They like to snuggle up into things, right? Like a little blanket. Look at that.
Why?
Yeah.
Snuggle.
They look happy. All right.
Snuggle.
Ah, you snuggling me? Ah, okay.
3 days later.
Hopefully the last of the night attacks. I spotted the filefish. We gotta be quiet, okay? I spotted the filefish sleeping near the edge. Let me turn on the light real quick so everybody can see. Make sure it's still there. Yep, it's still there, right underneath the whipping willow, right there. Turn the light off. Okay. Oh man, this is agile. It's off already.
Daddy, where is it?
It's gone, buddy.
How?
It's swimming to the deep part.
4 to 6 more days later.
Alright, Reef Squad, I have exciting news. Looking at this, you probably won't be able to tell much difference, but some of the zoas are starting to open up. Look at these. Some of these have been closed for a while. There's two suspicions. Number one, I feel like the light may be a little bit too strong. I was doing a par reading after so long. I noticed that at the top of the tank, they're getting about 320 par. On a sand bed, it's about 200. That's overshot a little bit, to say the least. So I dialed it back. I think right now at the top is about 290 or skimming at the very edge of 300s. Down at the bottom is more reasonable, about 160-ish. I may drop it a little bit, but I noticed that some of the zoas are starting to open up, so I think it may be a happy medium. Second possible reason is the filefish that I have been trying to catch this entire video, and I'm happy to report that if we look down here, it is now residing in the critter cage right there. And he is living in there, probably not happily, with the Atlantic oyster Blenny. I was actually able to catch him late last night. I did not bring my camera down. Every day I just come down here, I check the tank, try to find if I can see the filefish, see where he is sleeping. And it just so happened that he was sleeping like right at the edge of a couple frags, so it was easy catch. And without thinking too much about it, I lifted the top cover, turn on the bright lights, use a net, and then use a little scooper to kind of scoot him in the net. And it was a really easy catch. After spending close to 2 weeks trying to catch these fish, the filefish being the toughest, I think the two ways that really work well for me this round, catching all these 6 fish, is number one, the traps, and number two, night attacks. Night attacks work so well and cost nothing. Basically, in the middle of the night, you come in, you wear a headlamp, blast the light as strong as you can, and you get about a minute when the fish are kind of all disoriented. They're really slow, they just kind of tuck away, swim away from the light. Sometimes they actually swim towards the light a little bit. It just seems confused, and that's a perfect time to catch them. I'm actually going to reach out to my local reef club and see if anybody got any bandwidth to take in 2 fish that may possibly nip corals. Although the filefish is proven to be an Aiptasia eater, and it may be perfect for a fish-only tank. One last loose end we have to tie up. It's the Colorado Sunburst anemone that has been perching at the top of this 145-gallon tank. I feel like the anemone should follow the clowns because ultimately I do want the clowns to go into anemone. It just feels natural, and that spot right there is a really awkward position, and if possible, I would like to reclaim that spot for SPS. I want to start mounting SPS against the back wall, for example, like that guy right there. I don't remember exactly what SPS that is, so I'll try to find out, but it's growing well, and it received about 200, 250 par back there, so it is a good spot. However, once again, I would like to keep most of the soft corals, and in this case, anemone, into the soft coral tank. So we're gonna try to get the bubble tip anemone off, and I think the safest way to do it is probably, I'll use my hand first. I'll try to use my fingernail. If that does not go, which likely it will not go, I'll probably use a credit card or some kind of scraper just to lightly scrape the foot off. Really important is not to damage a foot, although the bubble tip is a little bit more forgiving because if you propagate bubble tip anemone, you usually cut them, right? And they can regenerate, but ideally, I do not damage a foot. All right, no credit card around the tank because I'm a broke ass. So I'm gonna use the spoon. That also helped me caught a couple fish actually, interestingly enough. Let me see. Try to, oh, okay, it's reaching out already. Where's the foot, buddy? So for anemone removing scenarios, when they get onto a flat surface like the back glass or the front glass, those are usually kind of like the ideal because they're really easy to peel off. Like here, I'm just using the spoon to slowly convince the foot to get unstuck. There we go. There we go. Yes. Okay, now we can just plug it. Oh my god. My dryer is going nuts. And here it is, the Colorado Sunburst Anemone. Look at the intense color. So it has like different phases, like red phase, gold phase, etc. And this particular strand came from Thirsty's Reef a while back. It grew almost triple the size at this point. The light definitely feels a lot dimmer, at least in person compared to downstairs. I've dialed back the light as well. I think right now it's about 200 power at top. I think the anemone is going to be happy right at this spot, and I think eventually it's going to poke out here. But again, anemone tend to have a mind of their own. And look, it's already expanding. So they will go wherever they want. And in this tank, there's really nothing for it to sting, and they tend to play nicer with soft corals. Tentacle is extremely sticky, which is a sign of a good health. Man, look at this. Stinging my finger, that's what it's doing right now. I'm just gonna start this guy off here. Yep, that's a good crevice. Not too strong flow, not too much light. And then it's gonna hopefully attach and move around to a spot that it likes. I think this area may be nice. Or it may pop out in the back, which is fine. We'll see how it does. And again, this side composed of like 3 pieces of smaller rocks, so if need be, I can just pull them out really quickly and put them back in the 135. So not too big of a deal. Clowns are doing excellent, but we'll give them a couple days and then I'll give you guys an update on this tank.
You get the idea.
Yo, check this out. The clowns are just having the best time of their life. They really seem to enjoy this tank, especially the finger leather. Well, right now I'm in front of the tank. That's why they all park themselves in front of the tank, because every time I'm here, I tend to feed them a little bit. I kind of condition them, just like the Bangaii cardinal. Now, the finger leather seems to almost serve as like an enemy host for these clownfish, and every single time as I walk by the tank, if I'm not kind of like stop here, I find them snuggled inside. Let me see if they'll do it. Let's see here. Go on, there you go, go on, there you go. Sometimes I even find them just kind of laying inside motionless, just kind of taking a break, which I really want to do, but we got this little guy right here, right? One of my main concerns for this tank is that I do not have a lid yet, and usually that's a big no-no. However, with these particular clowns, I feel a little bit better because like if there's anything that spooked them, instead of swimming up against glass and then glides right out of the tank, they tend to dive back into the leather, which I think they really think that it's an enemy. It's like a really big enemy. And to be honest, like these days, not a lot of things really spook them. Like for example, when I slapped them, no action. They're like, food is coming. Label maker, they back up a little bit. They're like, what's going on? Look at this, are you scared? Are you scared? Now they're coming in. They're coming in because they know it's food. They're not scared. They're just really bold. What else can I use to scare them? Scared of this, right? I guess not. Oh, there you go. Look. They're just really not reactive to a lot of scary things. Even if I just like really quickly go there, they, as you can see, the first instinct is to go into the leaded corals. Kind of like some of the gobies out there. Like a lot of gobies, initially when they first get introduced to the tank, they jump because they don't have a bolt hole. Meaning that if they have a home in the rockwork, if you scare them, goby dive right into the hole. Same deal here, clownfish. They've looked at this at their home, seems okay. We will see how it goes. At some point, I probably will still look into getting a lid, but to be honest, a lid may not be as effective in this tank simply because I got a tree trunk coming out in the middle. So the lid may just come out to here. I still got these area to cover. But as you can see here, if I make a lot of ruckus right here, they kind of just casually swim back to the leaded coral, and that's the end of it. So we'll see how that goes. So far, they are living the best life, and I hope that with this comes stability, and with stability comes offspring. So we'll offspring. And there is the Colorado Sunburst anemone. It stayed in the exact same spot for 2 weeks, which is fantastic, and it is adjusting to the tank. And I think give it another couple weeks, it's gonna start looking really nice in the spot. And you may have noticed that I actually dropped a decently sized jawbreaker mushroom from Daniel here. I want to see how this mushroom does with this kind of tank settings, and if it does well, I'm gonna transfer a few more here. Anyways, with that said, that is the quick update on the 17-gallon mangrove tank. It likes haircuts. Let's take a look at how the Bangaii cardinals are faring in the 135 downstairs. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I will try to keep this one brief, but you know that being brief and concise is not exactly my strong point, but I'll try my best. Alright, real quick, Bangaii cardinal. Look at this. They have paired up once again. They found each other pretty much right off the bat. I guess the one that got caught first forgave the one that kind of just turned around and swam away. that was bad, man. But anyways, they are once again paired up and swimming together, which is fantastic. None of the tank mate bothered them, which is excellent to see. And the Filefish and the Blenny, guess what? They're gone. I was able to find somebody who willing to pick them up really quickly through the local Reef Club Walmas. Was, as always, a fantastic resource for local hobbyists. Gave them away, Filefish and Blenny, and they're off to a good home. Did a little cleaning up with the multiple frag racks, make things a little bit concise. Gave away quite a few corals to local reefers, including some of the jawbreakers from Daniel. Gave quite a few of them away actually, and I think these remaining ones will be nice broodstock. And one interesting thing is that they all just bailed from that rock, man. I think when it first came to this tank, the light was jacked up. I bumped up a little bit too high. I think at the sand bed it was about 220 par, which is way too much for the mushroom. They all just kind of bailed. But I've since dialed it back. I think right now it's about 150, 160, 160, which is more reasonable here. And at the top of the rock work, it's about 280, 290, slowly touching the 300 ceiling. Before I made the adjustment at the top of the rock work, it's about 320, 330 par. So it's definitely on a higher end. I noticed some of the corals kind of react negatively, so I dialed it back. And also with the departure of the Filefish, I noticed a lot of these zoas have really started opening back up. For example, those ones, they were closed before. It's either from too much light or from Filefish picking. I have no doubt that the Aiptasia Eating Filefish was picking the corals. I've seen it, but I have not seen it constantly pick at one where it caused coral to die, but it's picking, and that's no good. Now, in terms of some of the corals that I picked up from the frag swap last video, that's one of the 3 heads hammer that I picked up. Love it. I am not sure what this SPS is. It looks almost like fox flame, and it's a really generous frag. I finally moved it off of the frag rack, so it's just chilling right there at the edge. I would love for it to encrust and grow in that direction, but we'll see how they go. They usually have a mind of their own. And in terms of frag I picked up last video, this one also I picked up from last video. I cannot leave it there because it's a little bit too close to Space Invader Pectinia, so we'll have to move that at some point. Speaking of Space Invader Pectinia, one of the original frag that came from Telegram's original Space Invader Pectinia that I had to break up and went to DC Reefer, who swung by this past weekend. So for Space Invader Pectinia, all I got left is this one, and also this one. This is another piece from Jim's original Space Invader Pectinia. It's been growing well. And there have been a little bit of a coral addition, namely this really nice piece of Sun God Go Torch coral, but there's a whole story behind it. We got it from a charity auction for Jake Adams' families, done by Landlocked Corals, and this coral was donated by Drop Off Corals. But again, we'll go a little bit deeper into the corals in this tank, specifically this coral. There's a fantastic story behind it. And the other thing that I did this round is I moved the Weeping Willow to a high flow highlight area, and I think the flow really is waking up that coral, and it's turning out to be beautiful. And let me just step back a little bit so we can kind of just take in this tank. This tank has really matured well this past week. But yeah, I'll keep this video short. Next video we can kind of dive in a little bit more on either this tank or the 17-gallon mangrove tank. If you guys have a preference on which tank you want to see more of next video, kind of like a deep dive on the corals and the fish in either tank, please leave the comments. I think I talked a lot about the 135, but I really neglected talking about the 17. So I think I may go a little bit deeper on the 17 next video. But if you guys want to hear something from this tank as well, definitely let me know, because there are some interesting development as well. Like that SPS in the back is starting to develop pink and teal corallets, the tips. Those really interesting. And the 2 black bar upside down gobies, they're almost like a, I can always expect to see them now. I can always see them kind of out hanging out right there. Anyways, there are a lot of things to talk about for either tank, so I could go either direction. So in the comment below, please do me a favor and just let me know which tank you want to hear more about, whether the 135 or the 17-gallon tank. With that said, I hope you guys have a fantastic holiday month with your family, with your friends, and hug your fish tank. Actually, no, hug your spouse and hug your kids, not your fish tank. Maybe hug your fish tank too. Anyways, I'll see you next video. Where did that come from? That was weird, but that came out naturally. Anyways, love you guys. You guys are awesome. See y'all.